Hello, everybody. Jim Powers with MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision as we catch up with our coaches after our road trip to Indiana last week. And joining us is our men's basketball coach, Kevin Carroll. And a lot of positives, but also some things I know that you've had a chance to see on film to work on from the St. Joe's game on Saturday.
Yeah, as far as Saturday, kind of tale of two halves there. I thought we played, arguably pretty well the first half and played about as poorly as we could, especially on the defensive end of the second half. I mean, just the things that we emphasize and stress every single day, we just didn't get accomplished in the second half. And, you got to tip your hats to St. Joe's and on a well-played game.
And I'll just ask you this. I know the answer, but for those fans that may not know, this is really the first true road trip that we've been on with the guys. Do you think maybe that second half kind of saw a little bit of, this is our first road trip, and kind of just maybe a little bit tired and hit the wall maybe?
Yeah, I don't know if it was so much, tired and hit the wall. I think it's just, we've got to get in the habit of being able to execute, on both ends of the floor for two halves. I mean, I thought we did that for about 30 minutes in the in Indianapolis game, and I thought we did it for 20 minutes in the St. Joe's game. So, we're continuing to get better.
Yeah.
We know what we need to do. It's just, do we have the mental focus and the urgency to be able to do that for an entire game? And that's just something that, you continue to work on every day, and hopefully you get a little bit better and better and better. And by the end of the year, hopefully you're doing that.
And I really think one of the strong suits right now has been the guard play. We talked about Marvin's night on Thursday night when we were up in Rensselaer on Friday. Talk a little bit about Forster Sims, and really just, a solid weekend for him.
Yeah. And, like we've talked about before, we need him to be consistent. And I told him yesterday in practice that I had seen a more concerted effort from him to be that, to have better body language when things don't go his way, to playing harder, more consistently, and just not letting, when things go wrong, let that affect him the next possession. I think that he's made some definite strides and improvement in that, and I'm very proud of him for that.
Let's talk a little bit about Lewis coming into the Simon Center on Thursday. Obviously, very tough team. They're coming off of an interesting weekend of their own this past weekend. Talk a little bit about what you've seen on film from Lewis.
Well, very well coached. I mean, Scott Truss is one of the best coaches in the league and always has a really good team that he'll bring in here. And very difficult to play against. They play a lot of zone. They'll probably play more zone than anyone that we've seen this year. So it'll be interesting to see how we respond to that. They have a very complicated offensive system that can be difficult to match up with, and luckily we have a couple of days here to get ready for that. But it's always been a great battles between our two programs for the last couple of years. Always been close games, and I'm sure this will be the exact same.
And we got to remember, we got the one up on them. We beat them up their place last year in just an outstanding battle up on the road in Romeoville.
Yeah, that was a great game, but these are two different teams. They have a lot of new players. We have a lot of new players. So it's just going to be a matter of, like I said, I'm sure he's stressing a lot of the same things that we're stressing to our guys. He's probably doing the same thing with his team, and it's just going to be a matter of which one comes out and wills itself to do that for 40 minutes.
Outstanding stuff, Kevin. We'll see you Thursday, and then we'll talk again on Friday.
All right, thank you.
Kevin Carroll joins us here. We'll have all the action for you on Saints Vision this coming Thursday night as Lewis comes to the Simon Center. And then we'll catch up with Coach on Friday to talk about the Thursday night game and then the preview Wisconsin Parkside coming in on Saturday. For Coach, I'm Jim Powers. Thanks so much for tuning in to MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision. Have a great week. And as always, go Saints.